Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pope.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Pope. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. We'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. We'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause the times is demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have arrived.
Demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have arrived.
Demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand
First
the
Contact
truth.
Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio.
Good morning, Earthlings. How you doing? Welcome back from the weekend. Hope you had a good time. Today is the 12th of January. We have a Capricorn sun. It's going to be there for another week. We could see that down here, a little sneak peek next week on the 20th is when we go from Capricorn to Aquarius. So we have another week of being in Capricorn. So Capricorn is an earth sign. And our moon sign transitioned yesterday to Libra. So we have a Capricorn sun and a Libra moon. So a little quick analysis of what we're looking at here. Capricorn, earth sign, earth, stable, ground, the body, anything relating to the physical world. The tarot card that represents Capricorn would be the tarot card of the devil, the Hebrew letter Ayin, reminding us to look past the physical world, because if we see the physical world, all we see is this character that is there, whether it's real or not real. We just see the illusion of what is really behind life. And the illusion is that there's the fire, the water, the air that all make up the earth. So we want to always understand the bigger and deeper aspect of how the energy moves, not just get caught up in the physical world, because that's real easy to do. We are on the world or in the world, but we are not of the world. We are a bit more than that. Our moon sign is Libra. Libra is an air sign, so air moves. Air is always moving around. A nice breeze. Air is words. In tarot cards, air is swords. So they're the words that we speak, they're the actions that we take based on the ideas and the emotions that we feel. So if we just break everything down to fire, water, air, earth, fire ideas, water emotions, air the words and the actions, and the earth, and we look at it that we have an idea, we apply emotions to it, or love, feelings, whatever it is, we express those as words or actions, and those three things create the physical world, create the earth, create the form that we're going for. So Libra is, in the tarot cards, the card of justice, karmic balance. So we have this underlying need to want to express ourselves, but find some sort of balance with what's going on, looking to have some sort of understanding that the things that we've done, how they affect others, the cause and the effect, while at the same time express that all through our physical reality right now, okay? So that's what's going on. And then we have a number of aspects to look at. Some of the aspects that have already occurred have been a trine between Mercury and the moon. We had a trine between Venus and the moon. And then Mars moved into Pisces. And just a short little bit ago, we had the moon is opposition with Uranus. So with the trine, we could see that we have good communication in the mix with Libra. We have using our imagination and creativity is also in the mix. Mars going into Pisces. Pisces is an emotional sign, the fish swimming two directions. The Mars is that energy that comes through that can either be creative or it can be destructive, depending on how we're going to use it. We could be angry or we could be passionate about something, really inspired by something. And with going into Pisces, Pisces, the fish that swim in opposite directions, we want to find a way to get clear on the path that we're following. We can't walk both ways at the same time. We have to pick a direction. And pick a direction, be clear about what we want to do, so we're not going back and forth, because that doesn't do us any good. And then, of course, with Uranus jumping into the mix here with Libra, remember this opposition sign is like a teeter-totter. One's on one side of the zodiac, the other was on the other side. They need to both find a way to balance themselves out, these unexpected changes, and the way in which we look at how life balances itself out. We need to understand the opposites and understand that if one of these, you're on a teeter-totter and one of them was to jump off, it throws everything out of balance. So we need to be able to roll with whatever unexpected changes come our way to be able to find the balance that we're looking for. Now, as we move forward into the course of the day at 9:18 a.m., a little more than an hour from now, we have a moon sign is going to be in a square with Pluto. Pluto, deep transformation. So the moon sign here is a lesson. Some sort of lesson needs to be learned in the way that we express ourselves, in the balance that we have as we're seeking out this karmic justice. Okay, so pay attention to what this is about, the transformation that's going on, because lessons are always important things in our lives. Mercury is then going to be right here next to Venus a little bit later, which just is nice, good opportunity for the mixing of the harmony of the sexes, because males and females is what they represent here. So nice opportunity to really kind of have some good camaraderie. And as we go later into this evening, Jupiter gets into the mix here with Libra in a sextile. This is just shortly before midnight. Jupiter expands everything, expands that world of our understanding, expands that world of the karma that we're expressing and experiencing. So over the course of the day, with Libra, Libra is always looking for that balance, trying to find its balance, find the words, the actions to speak to balance things out. And we've got a lot of players that are jumping into things today, assisting the process, from our communication to our imagination to our ability to adapt to the unexpected changes, transformation that's going to take place, and then an expansion of all of these energies. Okay, so there's a lot going on to process today. Over on the Jewish calendar, today is 21 Tevet. 21 Tevet is the name of the day, the year 5775. And the daily thought is, let him in. We trust that he is good and that all he does is good. Yet we pray, because to us things don't look so good. After all, his goodness is so distant from us, beyond our understanding, far beyond. If so, shouldn't we simply continue to trust, to surrender to a higher understanding? Did he ask us to pray, to complain, and to kvetch? And he listens, and he answers our prayers, because this is what he desires from us, that we make room for him in our lives, meaning that in all matters to us, as flesh and blood human beings, and that human beings, when we share with him those things that touch us most deeply, deep within our heart, serve God, your God, with all of your heart. The Torah says, ask the sages, what kind of service do you want with your heart? And they answer, this is prayer. Pour out your hearts to him. It is the one place that he can enter once you let him in. Okay? So, seems that in this prayer we commune with the Great Spirit, with God, the one who gave us this life. And as God is chosen to create us so that we could be an opportunity for him to feel more of an expression, then that really allows that expression to occur, because we're bringing that in. We're having that communication with God, that spirit, male, female, that just unnameable, unending force that creates all things. The moon phase is currently 57% of the way full. We're at a waning moon, which means we're going back down to a full moon. Solar wind is 461.1 kilometers per second. Planetary K index at the moment is in the quiet range as a 3. M-class flare possibility is now at 40%, where it will be for the next 24 to 48 hours. X-class hangs at 10. Geomagnetic storm activity is dropping over the next 24 hours in the mid-latitudes, going from 20 down to 15, and high latitudes dropping. Actually, we're staying pretty stable there. We do drop a little bit from the severe range from 30 to 20, but otherwise some stability going on. And the sky tonight says here is the coldest bottom of the year, and the summer star Vega is hanging out there. Look for it twinkling over the northwest horizon during and shortly after nightfall. The further north you are, the higher it will be. As Vega sinks low, the Northern Cross stands upright on the horizon to its left. Okay, so that's the cosmic weather for today. Cosmic weather compilation of the energy around us. We look to see what the energy is so we can go and we can be more effective. No different than if we look outside and we see that it's raining. Put on the proper clothing. It sees that it's sunny, whatever the case may be. The weather is important. The cosmic weather is very important. And that is what gets us started. UFO News is up next.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk, thank you very much. A lot of stories today. A lot of UFO stories. So the first one. Family in Australia discovers a UFO near the space station. There's an object right out there. That's a good capture. Says a husband who identified himself as Fred reported an unknown object near the International Space Station. On December 28, 2014, they were looking at the live stream of the space station around 9:40 p.m. Sydney time. And when the ISS was approximately over France, they saw the camera move and focus towards a mysterious object. They were not sure if someone else on the ground or the ISS manipulated the angle of the camera. They suspected that somebody moved the camera to take a better look at the unidentified flying object. Upon seeing the object, the witness said that he and his wife and daughter were surprised and could not determine what they were seeing. He described the object having small blue flashing lights in the middle. His daughter also noticed that the flashing lights turned red as well. His wife decided to print the object quickly. Fred said that the camera appeared to focus, move on the subject matter, and then zoomed in, but not close enough as they were hoping. Camera zoomed into the clouds before the live stream stopped. Okay, so there you go. Very interesting indeed. Another good capture up by the space station. Not the first, and certainly won't be the last. Black and purple UFO flies across Simi Valley, California. A mysterious object, round in black-purple colors, moved across the sky from east to west in Simi Valley, California in broad daylight. While flying at a constant speed in nearly clear sky, the unidentified flying object made no sound at all. The strange activity in the air was witnessed by 3 people. 39-year-old father working in the IT industry, 8-year-old daughter in 3rd grade, and a former science teacher grandmother. At first sight, the father thought he saw a helium balloon, but the impression suddenly changed when he observed that the round object flew at a constant speed and height. The UFO moved across the sky instead of going up as the helium balloon normally does. The family can't remember seeing such objects with similar behavior before, so they think it was an alien object. They failed to take any pictures of it as it flew from their sight in a minute. UFO filmed over a mountain peak in Switzerland. There we got our little object right there. It's a 3-minute, 12-second video. It says there are 1 or 2 good images in this video. And that's about it. I guess someone wanted to show off their video editing skills. Most of the UFOs sequenced in enhanced colors and dynamic views actually detract from the sighting. Otherwise, it appears to be a genuine UFO sighting. Okay, so there's a little object right there. You could see it over the mountains. And you want to enlarge this screen certainly to be able to get a good view. You can see the object in the various colors here. Again, just an opportunity for you to see what's there. See, it's not just a glitch on the screen. Okay, so check that one out. Here we have Contractor sees a saucer-shaped UFO in the UK. A Swanley contractor claims to have seen UFOs over Bexley Heath almost 60 years after a flying saucer reportedly landed nearby. Tony Histed, who lives off London Road, pictured a saucer-shaped object in the sky around 11:20 p.m. December 30th. He said, "I just looked up and there it was. Then it just shot off. It didn't make a noise." He relives the moment he saw the lights in the sky. He said in September last year he was working at a building site off of Briarfield Close when he saw the first strange lights in the sky above King Harold's Way during the onset of a thunderstorm. He said, "As I was walking out of the site, I noticed a bright light in the sky to the east. I stopped and watched as it came across the sky towards the storm. One more appeared in front of it, and they both flew silently onto the oncoming storm. I went back to the site, then got up and went in the scaffolding when this orb came off the ground and followed by another orb." Multiple UFO sightings above Gualeguaychú, Argentina on the 5th of January. We have a couple of videos here to check out. First one, 2 minutes 42 seconds in length. There's our object right there. Alright, let me show you the second one here. This is another view of it. 2-minute video here. Alright, object in question. And down here we have one more. There we go. So, same videos or same object, 3 different ways of looking at it. Moving on. This was a UFO flying over Capitol Hill, and this took place. Having some issues here with this page. What's going on? Doesn't seem to want to do anything. Well, this was a UFO flying over Capitol Hill during the Fox report, but for whatever reason, we're not going to see it, so we're just going to move right past that. Okay, Popocatepetl Volcano, what are they monitoring and guarding? This is from January 2015. Here's the object in question, a little bit more closer up. Volcano Popocatepetl. UFO is recorded above the crater of Volcano Popocatepetl. Recording was done January 1st, and a witness, my niece, naturally, near the volcano were some moving objects, or at least above the crater. I could not miss the opportunity to see the volcano lagoon. This is the video, is phenomenal. Okay, so right over here, the video is 6 minutes in length. Again, for anyone who's interested, this webcam link is available on First Contact Radio. I have a link to it, and you can just go and anytime you want, 24 hours a day, go and watch what is taking place over there. And like others, you may capture a UFO, see something in the sky. Okay. Moving on, we go to a NASA claims. This one's up by Mars. NASA claims the rover has amnesia, forgetting all the day's data. Oh no. Well, needless to say, NASA's at it again. They announced that the Mars rover is forgetting its daily data and cannot share it with the public because of that. Very convenient, NASA, since the rover just entered into an area with a lot of ancient alien archaeological sites. The Curiosity rover cost over $2.5 billion, and to make and has a glitch like this? Hello, I could put a team together in a week that could build a better rover for 10% of the cost. A lot of money went into the Black Ops mission. The rover will perform that the public will not be allowed to know. Okay, and as it says here, I've seen NASA do this several times in the past. They say interesting is about to happen, like a satellite's about to travel through the Guster plume, and then boom, suddenly something happens. So, not anything that we haven't heard before, par for the course. NASA doesn't want us to know what's up there, even though we do understand that all the objects are seen up there. But here's something that came out that might be of interest. It says a recent impact in Elysium, Planitia. Here we have what looks like a crash, right? And then right here, look at this, a little blue object, like a little ship of some sort. The impact shows a new impact crater in Elysium, Planitia, which was first discovered by the Mars Context camera, also on board the Mars Reconnaissance Rover, which was formed between February 2012 and June 2014. It appeared as a dark streak with multiple secondary craters, which was not seen in the previous image. The high-rise camera commonly monitors new impacts such as these. However, this is the first image of the particular impact by high-rise. Shows a very distinct crater rim and ejecta that is much darker than the surrounding dust. So let's take this and look at this again. We see what looks like an area of how it crashed, and there's the object. Okay, it definitely stands out, right? And there it is, nice round object. And this is what is up on Mars, and this was coming to us from the JPL site. And one last piece right here, story, possible reasons why aliens visit Earth for many decades. While many believe the existence of extraterrestrials here on Earth, they cannot explain clearly why ETs visit this Earth. Knowing the primary motive for space alien visit would help humanity to understand the UFO phenomena. Monitoring the progress and behavior of mankind could be the reason extraterrestrials visit Earth, like what most people have believed. This may be true to some degree, but it could be more likely that they are coming to Earth periodically to check planet Earth's health. After all, even scientists are beginning to believe that our planet is a living being. Extraterrestrial and human life may be fairly common in the greater cosmos. On the flip side, our little knowledge about the universe and other planets may indicate that Earth is an exceptionally rare occurrence and desirable within the cosmos. Many people have questioned why ETs have not made their presence known to mankind. If humanity is the prime reason that they are visiting Earth, perhaps the existence of mankind is not their priority. Maybe planet Earth has more value to ETs if no humans are living on the world. Everything human needs to live has been given on Earth, such as water, air, sunshine, land, food. Humans share the planet with millions of species of animal, plant, and insect life. Each is vital to the ecosystem. This alone makes Earth an incredible place, an extremely rare gem among the stars. The largest number of reports about UFO sightings coincide with the discovery of manipulating nuclear energy during World War II. The United States and Russia share the most number of well-documented cases, and so on and so on. So, very interesting, and this certainly has been a topic of debate. Why are these extraterrestrials here? Are they here for the humans, or are they here for the Earth? Well, the Earth, as we can see, has a lot of value to it. It is said that the Earth is a living library, and the alien species are here to study the alien or this planet, this living library. Humankind has really done great damage to the living library, to this planet. We have the water, we have the air, we have all of the different ways in which we're supposed to sustain ourselves, yet we've poisoned the air and we're continuing to do so. We've poisoned the Earth. We've destroyed what is down here. If you yourself were to create, let's say, a terrarium in your room, and you were to put in a number of different species of creatures within there, and some of the creatures started destroying the very terrarium that you had set up, what would you do? Would you continue to allow them to run around in there? Or would you remove them? Probably remove them, wouldn't you? Of course, anybody would that wanted to see, unless you were trying to create some sort of example of destruction. But I don't think that's the case. So humankind needs to humble itself a bit to realize that maybe we're not the be-all, end-all reason for why extraterrestrials want to view our planet. Maybe they're very interested in wanting to save the planet. Doesn't mean humankind is on that agenda, or at least those who are destroying. And that is something that we can look through history has been certainly examined, that when different angels or beings came down to the planet, they wanted to know which part of humankind was ready to be saved or worthy of being saved, because they were trying to grow along with the planet, and which ones are destroying things. You get rid of the destroying things, right? Bible talks about separating of the wheat from the chaff. We hear about the difference between those who are understanding God and those who are godless. We see all of these divisions taking place, and the prophecies tell us that at the end times, which I believe that we are in, are times in which we are going to see a more distinct separation and a pulling apart and an assistance with one group and another group being removed. So a lot to think about, a lot to be aware of, but this is what is going on in the world around us. And the more that we pay attention, those with ears, let them hear. Those with eyes, let them see. Make sure we're not deceived by what's going on in the world, because this is a very important time we're in. All right, that is our UFO news. I'll be back in just a bit, and we're going to do a summary from the book of Danniel. Stay tuned.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Great Spirit. I love that song. Hope you enjoy it as much as I do. That's why I play it all the time. All right. Book of Danniel. The reason we did the book of Danniel last week was in preparation for the book of Revelation. As I've said over and over, and I believe that we are in the end times that are unfolding. Stories and prophecies that have unfolded to us over the time have been foretold in books of prophecy. Book of Revelation is one book. But in order to understand the book of Revelation, we need to backtrack and go to other books. One of them is the book of Danniel. That's why we went through the book of Danniel last week. Another book that is very important to the mix as well is the book of Enoch, which is the story of the angels. There's other books certainly in the Bible that really tie into this. Matthew 24 discusses the end times, and throughout the Bible there are many other books that get into understanding what is going on during these times. So last week we went through the book of Danniel, 12 chapters. Very fascinating book, and so I brought up 2 pages here, 2 different sites, one BibleHub.com, the other one here is BibleHistory.com, and they give some nice summaries for you to explore here. Follow your exploration along. It says the genre of the book of Danniel is narrative, history, prophetic oracle, and it includes apocalyptic material. The prophet Danniel wrote it around 530 BC, and his writings records the events of the Babylonian captivity that took place from 560 to 536 BC, to which Danniel was a servant. It also describes the apocalyptic vision given by God and reveals the events and plans for everyone's future. Key personalities of this book include Danniel, Nebuchadnezzar, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, Belshazzar, and Darius. The purpose of the book is to provide a historical account how the Lord God protected and provided for his faithful followers while in captivity. It also includes a vision of future redemption and hope. Chapters 1 through 6, Danniel writes about his own life in captivity. He was selected to work for the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar. Danniel, or his Babylonian name Belteshazzar, and his friends made bold and tough decisions and several times displayed their integrity to stand for godliness instead of culture. They, rejecting the king's food, prayed when it was illegal to do so, and refused to bow to the king's idol, which they were thrown into a scorching furnace. Danniel interpreted the king's dreams twice, was promoted as chief over the wise men in Babylon, yet through all these great things that Danniel did, he claimed it was God that did it through him and gave all the power and the glory. It is he who reveals the profound and the hidden things. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells with him. Chapters 7 through 12 contain the visions that Danniel received from God and the events that are involved in his prophetic ministry. A portion of these include the results of the earthly kingdoms that he lived in. They also mention the coming Messiah and the apocalyptic events to come. As for me, I heard but could not understand. So I said, My Lord, what will be the outcome of these events? He said, Go your way, Danniel, for these words are concealed and sealed up until the end of time. If we jump over here to this other book, or this other site, this is good information as well. It's an introduction to the book of Danniel. As we know, Danniel says, These men assembled to the king, said to the king, O king, that the law of Medes and Persians, the decree nor statute to which the king established may be changed. And the king commanded and brought Danniel, cast him into the den of lions. Okay, let's see. Let's go look at the summary down here. It says the prophetic ministry of Danniel from King Nebuchadnezzar and Babylonian King Cyprus and Persia, the visions of Danniel during the reign of Belshazzar, the Babylonian, Darius, and Cyrus of Persia. So the prophet Danniel was actually taken captive during the Babylonian invasion in Jerusalem, the first attack in 607 BC. When Danniel came to Babylon, he became chief minister of Nebuchadnezzar's royal court. He became known as the man who could interpret dreams and visions. God did mightily miracles through Danniel that impressed King Nebuchadnezzar himself, so much so that he worshipped the Jewish God. But later, when the Medes and the Persians conquered the Babylonian king, Cyrus ruled the Persian Empire. He also had visions that Danniel had given interpretation to. Some of the great miracles mentioned in the Bible happened in the book of Danniel. The fiery furnace, the handwriting on the wall, and Danniel in the lion's den. Danniel can be seen in the Bible as the empire's predicting prophet, because he accurately predicted the world governing empires before they came on the scene. First Babylon, second Persia, third Greece, and fourth Rome. In the last days would be another Roman Empire where the Antichrist would arise. At this time, the Messiah will return and set up his everlasting kingdom. Danniel also predicted the exact day and year the Messiah would die. There is also a prophecy that Danniel refers to as the 70th week, which speaks of a 7-year period in the future that will mark the second coming of the Messiah, the Son of Man, coming in the clouds. And we could see that we have a lot more really getting into descriptions of this. But having gone through the book, having read through it, we see a lot of great information here that we're going to need to understand as we get into the book of Revelation. One of the first things that we need to understand in the first 6 chapters were chapters telling the story about Danniel and his friends, what their life was like, what they were experiencing, and we got to see examples of faith, examples where it was very easy for Danniel and for his friends to simply go along, to get along, but they chose not to do that. They chose to stand faithful to God, because even though that they were in a community, Babylon, where everyone else was following along with the king's wishes, they chose to follow God's plan, to listen to what God had to say. And this was a very tough thing to do. First of all, when they stood up to the king and they refused to worship the king, they were thrown into the fire. Well, not a very fun place to be. However, they were saved from that fire. There was a fourth being that appeared there, perhaps an angel, perhaps Jesus. Doesn't really say, other than that there was a fourth being like the Son of Man that appeared there, and they were saved from the fire and walked out unharmed, showing that the faith of God rewards those who believe. And by such a strong act of faith, it was witnessed by King Nebuchadnezzar and all of the others, and they then therefore changed their ways. Certainly the king did. We see later act of faith where they continued to stand up to the king and followed along with God's will. We see the opportunities that Danniel had where he was called in to interpret the dreams that none of the magicians or astrologers or those who were serving the king could do, because they really weren't truly tapped into the source. You see, astrology is a good science, but if one disconnects the science from the source of God, one misses the point of what it is about. God made the stars and the planets, and if we discount the creator of the stars and the planets and just look at them as objects by themselves, we miss that connection. Well, Danniel didn't miss that connection. He understood how all things were connected, and therefore he could go into his prayer and he could understand from God what these dreams were about, understand more than the astrologers, understand more than the magicians, because again, they were not fully connected truly to what was the true power of the universe. So it's very important. That's why we go back all the time. We talk about energy, connecting into this true power, the true power of what is out there in the world, and that power is God, first and foremost. And when we understand that, we put that power as our central station of power, we find that we are able to move through life in ways that seem miraculous. But miracles are just ways that we interpret the everyday activities of God. So Danniel, in the following chapters, 7 through 12, went past the stories now of just talking about their lives, past the stories of the lion's den, where Danniel was thrown into the lion's den at one point, and God saved Danniel from the lion's den, sent an angel to shut up the mouth of the lion. So in the last 6 chapters, here we have Danniel talking about the future, times that I believe, and many biblical scholars do believe, that we are in right now, times that are unfolding. And as we look through the times and we begin to correlate the beast that was described, we see that right now events are taking place that fit right into the mix. That it is said that there is this new type of Roman kingdom that grows up. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be in Rome. It simply was the way in which it was described because it was a point of reference. What was the Roman kingdom? It was a kingdom that was highly militarized. It was a police state. So one thing we would want to look at is, where is there a police state in the world today? Who has the largest police state? Well, that's obvious, here in America. I find it fascinating that the book of Danniel continues to use the phrase the abomination of desolation, or the phrase abomination. And then to see that we have a president, Obama, it's hard for me to say that there's a coincidence between the continued use of the word abomination, how it really is very tied in or coincidental, if you believe in coincidences, to the idea that we have Obama, who believes that this is his nation, Obama's nation. I don't think there's a mistake there. I don't think it's a coincidence. I've played and I've said over and over the number of reasons why I think Obama is the Antichrist. Some don't believe that might be the case. Some say he might simply be a precursor. Someone will come along that is much worse. I think that we've yet to see fully what Obama is all about, and that more will unfold. An Antichrist doesn't necessarily mean somebody is going to be along super powerful that is going to be able to go out and do all these crazy wonderful things that people think that he's doing, but it might be someone very charismatic. Antichrist means opposite of Christ. Well, Christian is Christ-like. They study the works of Christ. So someone who is against Christ, well, right now we have the man, Obama, who is not Christian. He may be deceiving people saying that he is, but we understand that he is Muslim. He is anti-Christian. His attitudes are anti-Christian. So he himself is anti-Christ. We can simply go back and we could listen to the words and hear what Obama has said in this regards. The more we look at the situations, the more we understand that we are in these end times. Now, does this mean we're supposed to crucify Obama for what he's doing? No. He's a player. He's one character in a play, and if we look at the script that's unfolding, which the book of Revelation, the book of Danniel, and the other books are doing, they're showing us a story. And we see all the characters. Shakespeare said, all the world's a play, and we are the characters, the players of this. Well, these are the characters and the players that are going on and playing the parts out. So we simply need to allow this to play out, because we understand what's going to happen when we allow this to play out. Our opportunity is to choose. Where are we going to be during these times? Are we going to choose the side of peace? We're going to choose the side of war. Every day the choice is available to us. We can get caught up in the ways like Nebuchadnezzar and all of his culture of Babylon were, that we just go along to get along. We could follow everything that the news says and believe what they say, hook, line, and sinker, or we could think for ourselves. We could stand against society. You know, last night was the Golden Globes. How many of these actors that got up there actually thanked God? Not too many of them. Very, very few. I find it coincidental that they go up there to accept this idol, and in order to accept this idol, they're willing to deny that their Creator has blessed them with all of the gifts that they have. Well, one of the things that is talked about in the Bible is not to worship the idols. It's okay if one gives glory to God and understanding, puts everything in place, but when one simply denies God in order to receive this idol and makes that idol part of their lives, it seems to be contrary to the way energy is supposed to be utilized. And I'm not trying to bash the Hollywood scene, because while I'm out here, I'm involved in part of the whole mix, but there's a way that we need to keep in perspective and understand where our gifts come from. We need to honor and acknowledge the great Spirit, God, that flows through us, that blesses us all with these gifts, with these talents that we have available to us. That what we do in the world is beyond all of ourselves. We go back, we look, the fire, the water, the air, they make up everything. So here we are in these times, and we need to have faith, and we need to stand strong, and we need to be willing to stand against a crowd which is going to turn their back on God. Again, all part of the story. We could see the book of Revelation. unfolding. We see the book of Danniel unfolding. There are those who are going to turn away, and there are those who are going to turn closer. Those who turn away, we need to have compassion for them. Compassion that they've chosen that role, to play the role of turning away from God. And be faithful to those, and strong and courageous for those who are standing up with God. And just allow it to play itself out. Not get caught up in all the dramas, the lies, and what have you. So that is the book of Danniel. A bit of a summary of what we went through last week. All these links are available at First Contact Radio, so you can check them out. Starting tomorrow, we're going to get into the book of Revelation so we could start to see the comparisons and start to understand. But now that we've read the book of Danniel, we have a bit more understanding, so we can use that as our point of reference. Okay? All right, let me move on here. This is an article from In5D, 10 Dynamic Ways to Communicate with Your Guardian Angel. Dr. Kimberly Maroney. We are all cradled in the supportive and protective care of guardian angels. Our guardian angels are messengers from God, sent to give us or guide us as we make our way through life. Think of your guardian angel as your loving companion who walks by your side, providing guidance and assistance. As best friend, your guardian angel may come to you in the nurturing presence of a mother to comfort you in the times of need, bringing inspiration and beneficial influences. During crisis, your guardian angel may appear as a mighty catalyst, embodying the majesty and power of the Lord's love, prompting you to action. And in situations of physical or spiritual distress, your angel interacts with the strength and protectiveness of a father who pulls you swiftly from harm's way. Most often, however, your guardian angel assists you in ways that are nearly invisible. With vigilance, you can begin to recognize the familiar and the comforting feeling of your guardian angel's touch. Your guardian angel is standing by, waiting for every opportunity to connect with you. You must be receptive to accept the love, direction, and the comfort your angel wants to bestow. Don't you want a more personal relationship with your angel so you can receive this help? How can you reach out to your angel? Try the 10 dynamic ways you can use to communicate with your guardian angel. So here we go. Prayer. Simply talking with your angel or God in a personal and direct way. 2. Walk with your guardian angel. Talk with your angel while you walk. Just know that your angel is there and make communication. Meditate. Open your heart and hear the responses. Desire what you want. The desires create a force that compels you to take action. Your guardian angel and God responds to your desire. Contemplation. So much of your thought is consumed with the nonsense. Instead, think deeply about the questions that will bring you closer to your guardian angel. Gratitude. Heartfelt gratitude pulls you out of negative influences. Write letters to your angel about problems and issues you have in your life. Devotion. Create an altar, a place where you can go and feel the presence of your guardian angel. Have a journal. Write down the feelings that you have. Take action. As you make discoveries about yourself, take action. As you receive answers to prayers, so on and so forth. Relationships with your angels can develop gradually over time, and as you reach out and learn to connect, this can also happen in an instant during a mystical experience or in an answer to your prayer. Be open for both. Your angels are with you all the time, whether you are aware of them or not. Become aware. Miraculous things can happen when you step into the flow of divinity. We all have an angel, or more. So all we have to do is practice. These are great steps that we can take to put us more in touch with that divine guidance that is around us. So, moving right on, here is a message that comes to us from the angels. Here we go.
Angels.
January 10th, 2015.
The angels.
My dear friends, we love you so very much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year of embracing love. Happy New Year of valuing yourself and your own beautiful point of view. Happy New Year of knowing there is nothing you must do to earn love because you are already loved beyond measure. Happy New Year of being free to be yourself. Dear ones, we celebrate you. We celebrate the beautiful light coming onto your planet, stirring everyone up. This light is inspiring great passion in human hearts. It will not be easy this year to pretend you are something you are not. It will be a year when you find yourself being more honest with yourself and one another, a year where you feel compelled to speak up without fear, a year where you stop caring so much what everyone else thinks and decide that if God created you this way, then you are perfect as you are. It is a year of being free to be the bright, beautiful soul that you already are. It is a time to stop trying to improve yourself and to just love yourself. It is a time to stop trying to release your past, and instead, embrace it. It is a time to stop worrying about whether your thoughts and feelings are right or wrong and to realize they just are. You are all part of the love of God, breathed into 7 billion different human forms and so many others within creation. You are part of one love, one beautiful kaleidoscope of reality. There is nothing wrong with you. You are either enjoying the experience of being you or fighting it. You are either loving all that arises within, and thereby transforming it into higher spaces, or you are judging it. This year, dear ones, give yourselves permission to be who you truly are. Give yourselves the freedom to think your thoughts without judgment, to feel your feelings without censure, to speak, with compassion, but always with great honesty. Give yourselves the freedom to be the soul God created you to be. Each one of you is as precious, special, and unique as a musical note within a symphony, a color in the vast spectrum of beautiful reality, a drop of water in the vast and majestic ocean. Each one of you is perfect even as you grow into a greater experience of love with each passing day. Happy New Year, dear ones! God bless you. We love you so very much. The angels.
Nice message from the angels. All right, here's our passage today from A Warrior of the Light. According to a poet, the warrior of light chooses his enemies. He knows what he is capable of. He does not have to go about the world boasting of his qualities and virtues. Nevertheless, there is always someone who wants to prove himself better than he is. For the warrior, there is no better or worse. Everyone has the necessary gifts for his particular path. But certain people insist they must provoke and offend and do everything they can to irritate him. At that point, his heart says, do not respond to these insults. They will not increase your abilities. You will tire yourself needlessly. A warrior of the light does not waste his time listening to provocations. He has a destiny to fulfill. Ties right into Book of Danniel, ties right into the words that we are told over and over. Do not be deceived. Do not get caught up in the rumors. Do not get caught up in all of the nonsense out there, because all they are provocations. When we turn on the news, we're just being provoked into these issues that they're bringing up. Is the racism issue a real issue? Well, according to the news, it seems to be, and they seem to want to poke and prod. Don't get pulled into these. Don't be provoked as such. Don't get provoked into all of these wars, and this country's bad, and these people are bad, and we need to go fight them. They're just poking us, trying to provoke us into some sort of situation. We don't have to get caught up into that. We can step back, and we can just stay on our path, fulfill the destiny that we are here. That is what that's all about. We're all on a path. We just need to keep focused. We need to keep the faith. And despite what is going on in the world around us, we need to be strong like Danniel and his friends, to walk the path, follow the path God has before us, and know that God understands much better than man what we need to do and where we need to go and how we need to get there. All right, let's jump over to our meditation for today. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and exhale. Take another deep breath. Exhale again. Another deep breath. Exhale. Now imagine yourself walking the path. You're walking the path of life, and you're seeing others and the way that they're behaving. Some are focused on walking the path. Others are walking off, listening to all of the different ways that the medias and the governments and the worlds tell them to go. And you see these folks walking around confused. following blindly a path that they are being told about, being bounced around from place to place by the emotions and the feelings that are being stirred up as they are provoked into these misguided directions. And imagine yourself, like Danniel and his friends, staying focused upon the path that you are on. And as you stay focused and you maintain that focus, you find that it is easy to stay on this path. It is easy because the path flows smoothly. For there is an unseen hand guiding your way, moving you along. And along the way you feel the presence of your angel, the guardian angel, right there by your side along this journey. And you remember the words and the passages and the stories of the books that have come before us to tell us the script that we are a part of. And so we walk this path faithfully. And the faith rewards us with feelings of comfort, feelings of understanding and knowing that we are moving in the way that we are supposed to move. So imagine yourself walking along, weaving along the path through all of the challenges and problems of life, past all of the thoughts that provoke and are meant to entice you into distractions. Imagine yourself walking, and as you walk confidently along your path, others see you and feel inspired by your faith to do the same thing. And one by one, others begin to leave the distractions and move along their paths, following the example of faith that you set. And so we know that each and every individual is important. Each and every individual can affect many others simply by being who we are, being who we were created to be. Imagine the words of these affirmations: I am surrounded by love. All is well. I am surrounded by love. All is well. And so imagine yourself feeling this love that surrounds you, that surrounds all things. And so imagine seeing this love as the color green, like the heart chakra, enveloping the planet Earth. And just imagine this love being absorbed by each and every individual, bringing comfort and peace to all who feel and are open to this loving feel. So let yourself just walk along that path. Allow your subconscious mind to continue on its journey of faith, walking the path step by step, gaining more confidence as you go. Let the subconscious mind continue on that journey throughout this day. And let's bring the conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to this present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to this present moment walking strong in faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale and open your eyes. And that is it, my friends. That is our show for today. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow we're going to start the book of Revelation, and we're going to continue on. That's going to certainly take more than a week to get through because there are 22 chapters in the book of Revelation. So it's going to be the next couple of weeks, but we have a point of reference. If you need to, go ahead and read ahead so we can get some understanding. I'm going to bring up a lot of information over these next couple weeks as we go through this so we can really understand what this book is all about and how it ties in to the journey that we are on. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome week. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, I love you. Keep loving each other. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out of here.